Yo, what is good, Mets Nation? Welcome back to Mets Media. This is Richie, and in this video, I want to break down the New York Mets versus the Milwaukee Brewers series that just got wrapped up last night. The Mets win the series. They win 2 out of 3 games, and this is against a very good team. They're in first place, and they were actually on an 11-game winning streak right before they came to Citi Field. So this is a really good sign for the New York Mets because it's not just like we're beating up on the bad teams. We are competing against the good teams in the National League, and we also went up against the 2 best pitchers in the National League, one of the 2 actually, and Woodruff and Burns, and we won both of those games. So this is a really good time to be a Mets fan right now. We're transitioning into versing the Pittsburgh Pirates to finish off the first half of the season. So in this video, I'm going to break down all 3 games from the Mets versus Brewers series. Before I hop into it, I just want to mention, if you guys are new to Mets Media, do not forget to smash that subscribe button, and if you want to check me out over on Instagram and Twitter, that is at NYMets_media, and if you enjoyed the video, please do not forget to thumbs it up. With that being said, let's jump right into the recap video. So starting off with game 1, the New York Mets won this game 4-2 with Tyler McGill on the mound. Now, this man is on another level right now. I think he's blowing away anybody's expectations for a young rookie. I think it's his 3rd or 4th start of his career. And he goes out there, pitches 5 innings, only gives up 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks, and his ERA so far this season is a 3.77. This is a great revelation for the New York Mets because, as we know, Joey Lucchesi is out for the season. David Peterson is battling with an injury, and we're still waiting for Carlos Carrasco to come back. We're still waiting for Noah Syndergaard to come back, hopefully by September. So the New York Mets starting pitching depth is lacking outside of our big 3 guys in DeGrom, Stroman, and Walker. And now Tyler McGill comes onto the show, and he looks like a solid pitcher. His stuff is absolutely great at the next level. This is somebody that we brought in from the minor leagues, and nobody really had high expectations, and we're just like, all right, he's going to be a filler guy. He's going to be our 4th or 5th starter until we get healthy. But this guy is proving that he could be a player on this New York Mets team. He could be a 4th or 5th starter for the next couple of years. At least so far, he is showing up that he is a major league pitcher. And this is such a good sign for the New York Mets because I feel like we have so much depth in the farm system, and we just have that next man up mentality. It feels like whoever is playing for the Mets, whether it's a position player or a pitcher that needs to be plugged in, it seems like they're solid. Whether that's the culture brewing, the coaching staff, the front office, whoever is to really give the credit to, Tyler McGill looks like an absolute stud so far. I know it's a very small sample size, but I love what I'm seeing from Tyler McGill so far. And then to get into the bullpen, there were lights out in this game. Aaron Loop, Seth Lugo, Trevor May all pitched 1 inning apiece and gave up no earned runs. And then Edwin Diaz came in and got the save. He gave up 1 run, but he finished the deal. So now let's get into the offensive side of things in game 1. Pete Alonso had a 2-run double. Michael Conforto had an RBI single, and Dom Smith had an RBI as well. So the Mets really took a long time to score in this game. It was 1-1 all the way until the 7th inning. For some reason, the Mets like to wait until late in the game to start getting some offense together. I don't know why, but I'm not complaining because as long as we can score by the end of the game and get the W, like I said, you can't complain too much. And we went up against one of the best pitchers in the National League in Woodruff, and we lit him up. He gave up 4 earned runs, and now his ERA is up to 2.10, and that's not, it's not like it went up, but he was a sub 2 ERA, and now we got him up to above 2 ERA. He's an all-star pitcher. And it's a really good sign that this Mets team can go up against a very good pitcher and actually hit the ball against him. He was dealing against us early in the game, and then we actually got to him in the 7th inning. So it's a very good sign for the New York Mets to be able to hit a pitcher that is one of the best in the National League. So we take this game 4-2, and then we pivot to the next game, which was unfortunately rained out, and then they changed it to a doubleheader. And Jacob deGrom took the mound at 2 p.m. at Citi Field once again. And Jacob deGrom, he had a very interesting start. In his last 3 starts, he has not been the dominant Jacob deGrom that we are used to, but he just had 2 hiccups in this game. That's it. And he was lights out outside of those 2 hiccups. And those 2 mistakes he did have were 2 solo home runs. The leadoff batter that Jacob deGrom faced was a solo shot, and then he gave up another solo shot later in the game. But Jacob deGrom still finished pitching 7 innings, gave up 2 earned runs, 10 strikeouts, and his ERA is now a 1.08. That ERA is absolutely sparkling going into All-Star break. We cannot complain. Unfortunately, Jay could not get the win in this one. He was actually on pace to get the loss because our offense was not looking good so far. But then Jose Peraza comes through and ties the game against Josh Hader in the bottom of the 7th inning, which is technically the bottom of the 9th inning because remember, doubleheaders are shortened with 7 innings apiece. So the New York Mets are losing this game going into the bottom of the 7th 2-1. And what happens? Jose Peraza enters the game, and he pinch hit home run against one of the best closers in the MLB. He did not give up one save in the entire season so far, Josh Hader, and the Mets are the team to do that. This is what championship caliber teams need to do. This is what playoff teams need to do. They need to go up against the top tier talent on the opposing team, their closers, their starting pitchers, and be able to hit against them. And that's exactly what this New York Mets team did this series by going off against Woodruff, by hitting against Burns, and now Josh Hader, who's one of the best closers in the MLB. We hit him. We were down 1 run. All he needed to do was get 3 outs and the game was over. But Jose Peraza hits a solo shot to force extra innings for the New York Mets. And then Edwin Diaz comes out there and he gets into a little pickle. He actually gives up a run. He was hit Christian Yelich, and I don't know what happened. Edwin Diaz, my take on Edwin Diaz is he is absolutely sensational in save situations, but when it's a non-save situation, he does seem a little rattled. I don't know if that's a mental thing. I don't know what the problem is, but I'd rather Rojas only enter Edwin Diaz in save situations because that's where it looks like he's more comfortable, and I'm okay with that. As long as he's lights out in save situations, sign me up. But then we go into the bottom of the 8th inning in extra innings, and we are losing because Edwin Diaz did force in a run by hitting Christian Yelich to force in the game leading run, actually. So we are down by 1 in the bottom of the 8th inning. And then what happens? We get a couple hits, bases loaded, no outs. Jeff McNeil comes to the bat. We are losing by 1. He rips it up the middle. Lindor ties the game, and then Dom Smith, rounding third from second base, wins the game in the bottom of the 8th inning. Mets walk off. The whole team charges. Jeff McNeil rips his jersey off. Lindor and Dom Smith are hugging at home plate, and it's just a great time to be a Mets fan at this moment because it shows the resiliency. It shows the heart of this team that they never give up, never count this team out. There's so many times during the season where we're losing going into the 8th or the 7th or even the 9th inning, and they somehow find a way to string some hits together, get those clutch RBIs, and they win in the end. And that's such a great sign for this Mets team. It shows their heart. It shows their resiliency. We are not the best hitting team in the MLB at all. We're actually bottom in the league in terms of runs scored, runners in scoring position, driving them in, RBIs, home runs. Everything offensively, statistically speaking, for the Mets is bottom tier in the league. We are winning, and we are in first place because of our pitching and because of our heart and resiliency. That's the reason why this Mets team is so good right now. And just wait until this offense actually starts clicking, which will definitely happen in the second half of the season, in my opinion. So this was great to see Jeff McNeil get this game-winning RBI. It was his first RBI walk-off of his career, and he was somebody that I feel like this could be a spark for him individually. So now let's get into Game 3 of the series against the Brewers. This was last night. This one did not go in the Mets' favor at all. The offense was ice cold. We only got 3 hits from Francisco Lindor, James McCann, and Dom Smith. And then Robert Stock made his Mets debut, pitching 4 innings, giving up 2 runs, 5 strikeouts. Drew Smith comes in out of the pen. He gives up 1 run in 2 innings pitched. And then Miguel Castro gets lit up. That's somebody that had a very good start to the season for the Mets. And now Miguel Castro's not looking too good so far. But hey, I'm not complaining. We won the series against a very good team in the Milwaukee Brewers. Brandon Nimmo is proving to be a very good addition to the Mets team ever since he came off the IL. Ever since he's been that leadoff guy coming in from the IL, this offense is on another level. He's a spark plug that this offense really desperately needed. And man, now we're going up against the Pittsburgh Pirates. So let me know down below in the comments section your thoughts of the Mets versus Brewers. This was a great series from the New York Mets. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Like the video if you guys enjoyed. Comment down below your thoughts, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Let's go Mets! Peace.